Oh, did I tell you this? Daddy's getting a check from the UFC. Did we talk about this? The antitrust lawsuit?
What happened?
The lawyer called me. He's like, you're on the list. I was on it so long ago, I forgot about it. He goes, they settled. I go, congrats. What do I get? The money in like 10 years when I'm fucking old and gray? He goes, no, July. I'll say, what? What years is it? 2013, 2018. I went, that's my entire career. He goes, yeah, you got a pretty good check coming, bud.
And it's based on earnings, sharing in the earnings.
Yeah. So it's like 375 million split between 800 fighters, something like that. A daddy getting a check.
I like that.
Isn't it cool? And I said,
nice thing.
And then he was like, well, I told him, I said, you know me, I have no relationship with the UFC. Like, I don't work for them. I can't get blackballed anymore. Like, obviously, I'm never working for the UFC. So there's no recourse for me if I take the money, right? And he's like, no. I said, but for other guys, because he was like, why wouldn't they take it? I said, well, other guys, whether they're commentators or they want to be in the Hall of Fame, I assume they're going to get blackballed. He goes, no. You know, I bet, he goes, you could talk to Sean Shelby or Dana. They're going to tell you to take the money because they have to pay it regardless. And if they don't take it, then it just goes to the rest of you. Yeah. Like, we don't get to keep the money.
Got it.
No matter what, that 475 million or 375 million has to go to the fighters, whether it's two of you or all 700.
Yeah.
So if they don't take it, they're just missing out on money. Wow. So everyone should take it who's on the list.
Wow. I love that.
Isn't that great?
Fantastic.
Now they told me the number. I went, okay, well, almost all my fights are on the main card. Feel like I should have got more, but whatever.
It's all right.
Then they told me how much money Anderson Silva's going to make. Rightfully so.
He's going to make some money.
Yeah. So is GSP. So the big boys are making money.
I hope some of the guys that need it are going to make money.
There's a lot of guys who need it, yeah.
Yeah, man.
But then the guys who need it, were they, on the main cards? Like, a lot of that goes into it.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, right? They finally did it.
It's wild.
Wild.
Good for you.
Real quick, going back to the flight. So apparently, remember, you were asking if there was any kids that were critically injured? Because initially they said
kids. I'm just saying if you're on that flight, family of four. So did they get
No. I'm saying
20 mil or 140,000?
I'm saying from last week. So you said that if there was any kids that were, because there was 2 critical injuries that initially reported.
They were older.
So it turns out there was 3, and 1 was a kid. However, everyone from the hospital is now back home, from what I last read. So that's beautiful. Like, everyone actually is home.
Good. I think Delta would provide a little more than 30, but still
a little bit more. It's all right. These things happen.
They get the lawyers on it, and they're like, yeah, I'll from 30.
I would say the people that were hurt more should get more.
You know what they should do is unify together and go, we each want 100.
Yeah, that's it.
And nobody, because if one takes it, you got problems.
Right.
But if you all turn it down and you all agree we need 100, they have the money. They'll do it.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure lawyers are in there.
And you get a lawyer to represent all of them.
100.
Shouldn't there be a class action at that point?
Yeah, it would be, and they would. But again, you've got to.
Yeah, it's
if
a
you
tricky
walked away
road.
unscathed, you can sue for PTSD and emotional blah blah blah. But it's going to be a long, your
Because then it comes down to who has more money, and you're not going to win that game. It's like people that sue Disney. Good luck.
My buddy bit into a piece of chicken, and there was a piece of glass in it.
Oh my God.
So he wanted to sue, I think, Trader Joe's or something, and it broke his tooth. And he's like, I'm going to get so much money. And I put him together with a friend who does this. Like, he goes,
were they offering him anything?
No. And he said, look, he goes, I took a picture of it. He goes, I know. He said, what do you think you're going to make? He goes, I don't know, man. I feel like I got like $1 million. And my friend started laughing. He goes, $1 million? He goes, I bet you I would get you probably 10 grand.
What?
Yes. You're not getting a lot of money they'll pay for your dental bill. It's not how it works. Mm-hmm. People think you can sue all the time. No, they've got their own lawyers. There's a whole protocol.
They have and also usually they're not paying for it. They have liability insurance or reckless insurance.
And also,
like my grandma at Tony Roma's my favorite restaurant, the Sweet Carolina Baby Blues, my favorite as a kid. My grandma, they're doing construction, and it went from wood to carpet, and the carpet was up, and she was like 90 at the time, fell and broke her hip. Frank Azar got her paid.
Yeah.
Not as much as you think.
No.
Because Frank Azar takes his cut. The Bulldog takes his cut.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bulldog gets his.
Yeah. And what happens, they call and they go, hey, listen, obviously we're not going to trial. That's way too expensive. So what do we got here? And they just work it out. You work out a number.
Settlement.
And that's already in the thing. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So the
Oh my
2025 Desert Invitational was happening this
Shit.
recently, guys, and this pitcher took a ball to the face going 88 miles an hour. It's not funny.
Oh,
we have a video of it
I don't
too.
know what that is though. That's,
Can imagine.
Oh, at least it was off a bounce.
One off Tim
It had it not bounced, imagine.
Sanderson to tag him and get the out, but now they need to check on Tucker Timmerman, who took one.
Tucker
on the
Timmerman.
lob.
What a great name.
It hit him flush,
Yeah,
and you can see the blood coming down. Oh my goodness.
It was the bounce that
Such
did it.
a
You probably could have
powerful
caught it if
moment.
it was the bounce. Yeah, that's a bummer. Hate to see
Yeah,
it.
not good, huh?
but he's smiling
What
right
is
there.
that thing coming out right there?
Probably blood.
Oh no, that's a
Yeah, something
that's
stuck in his
tissue.
nose,
They
yeah.
put it, his
Oh,
nose.
thank
He
God.
probably
That's
broke
what
his
it is.
nose.
Yeah.
And so
He
they
broke
put
his
that
nose, and
whole
he's
thing
got
out
that
there,
eye
yeah.
swollen shut.
He'll be all right.
Yeah, he'd be all right.
All right, guys, here's one for you. Here's one. So GSP was doing a interview recently and admitted that when he was getting ready to fight Matt Serra, he used to carry around a brick with him at all times with Serra's name on it as like extra weight motivation. And if you click over, there's he explains it.
In mind, like I wanted to get back and erase that mistake. So the sports psychologist says to me, say, George, you carry a lot of bricks. So he made me wrote a name with a brick, carry a brick in my training bag with your name on it, Sarah.
Oh shit.
And I carried that in my bag weeks and weeks and weeks. And it was getting heavy, you know, because when you go in TriStar, you have to go up the stairs and you carry already my bag is heavy, but then with a brick inside, I was like, man, this is getting ridiculous. And I was calling him. I was like, can I get rid of the brick? It's ridiculous. He's like, no, no, no. And I kept carrying it. I was like, man, I was telling him, I say, I'm very tired now. And can I get rid of the brick? He's like, yes. So I went near the Saint Laurent River, grabbed the brick, threw it in the river. You were haunting my mind. Like I wanted to get back and erase that mistake. But it's an action that I did that manifests, that had a psychological manifestation on me. Because I felt like relief. And I was able to only focus on Josh Koscheck. Because if I would not have done that, I would have lost that fight as well, because I was like focusing on the wrong thing. I was not living the present moment. I was like, so that's how I got over that, and I regained my confidence after that fight. And then we had the rematch in Montreal. And it sounds weird,
They beat the shit
but
out of Montreal.
it's an action that I did that manifests.
But remember also, like his fighting style changed too, because he no longer risked. Like his nickname used to be Rush,
Yeah.
and then after taking that chance
right.
against
Very different.
Sierra, he got clipped.
Yep.
Then he turned into more of a grappler, more calculated. He didn't take any more chances.
No.
He became way less exciting.
How many fighters do like psychological things like this, whether it's carrying a brick or like putting up a picture? Or
Not many.
Not many?
No,
Okay.
no,
I've always wondered that.
no, not many. I think now more guys probably work with mental coaches, but back in the day it was kind of unheard of.
You
I
never
like
worked with
GSP.
them?
I did. The only reason I did those we did in football. Like University of Colorado provide us with mental coaches.
And how much do you honestly believe that it helped?
It's tough. I mean, it helped. I still do some of the breathing techniques they showed because I hired these Navy SEALs. They
But
train
that's
the Navy
physical,
SEAls.
though. Yeah, so the breathing techniques is a physical thing, physiologically.
Physical to help
Yeah.
you like with your nerves and stress going to fight. But at the end of the day, it's a fight and there's like not much you can do.
Yeah.
You're so stressed out.
That's why I'm like with therapy.
You should see a therapist.
I told you I did, but it was through BetterHelp. It was through like the online
you did a
therapy.
Zoom?
I didn't do the in-person kind of therapy.
Yeah, you kinda do
But
it.
every time I went to like 3 different ones.
Why'd you go to a therapist?
Because there's stuff I want to fix. There's like PTSD stuff I have in my past. But then either way, all they would say is like, well, why do you think you feel that way? Then why do you? I'm like, can you just? I'm telling you exactly what happened. Can you tell me? Give me.
So there's another theory. There's another school of thought. One is therapy, where you deal with your trauma. The other is the idea is trauma is part of life, and I'm going to make myself more capable and more resilient. So what you do is you just kind of take action and just get better at something. So you're stronger and you're a different person, and that can be really helpful too. And I believe in that actually.